We can't always be on top of everything every single day, and maybe today's a good day for you. Maybe it's a different kind of maybe it's a difficult day for you. But that's all okay. Feet slightly, maybe hips width apart and the shoulders aligned with the hips. And just imagine your spine is a string of pearls of light, stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head and beyond. So imagine you're lengthening your spine, and from the top of the head, just tilt the head forward very gently from the top of the spine, sorry. And the eyes would be down, looking along the length of the nose, and the tip of the tongue is on the roof of the mouth, and just relax the jaw. And just be aware if there are any sounds in your environment, just allow those sounds to be there. And then bring your mind back to the breath and just notice the sensations as you're breathing. So as I was saying this morning, some people might be more comfortable to just notice the sensations at the base of the nose. Some people might be more comfortable just noticing the breath the sensation of the breath as it rises and falls in the chest. And still others might be more comfortable, particularly if you've just had dinner and you have a belt on. Just as you're breathing in and out, you might feel that just a little bit of pressure as you inhale and exhale around your belly. So whatever works for you, but just focus on the sensations somewhere. I would actually recommend to choose a place. If you do those Vipassana courses with the Vipassana folk, with the Theravada groups, you will be encouraged to focus on sensations initially at the base of the nose. So just notice what's arising in the mind. And again, try and put some space in between those thoughts. Maybe as we were doing this morning, try to label the thoughts as, you could start with by saying, thinking. And then maybe you can identify each kind of thought. That's a memory. That's planning the future. That might be a fantasy. And then if you like, you can just let those thoughts go. You can put them on a nice white fluffy cloud, or you can put them into a helium balloon and just let them go. And as more thoughts arise, and they will, try not to judge or have opinions. And then just bring all the people of your life to your mind, the ones you love, who you have kind of deep and meaningful relationships with, powerful relationships. And then there's those people that you don't like so much. And then there's our strangers. Remembering that these relationships can change place at any time. And all these people in our life, they're equal. Unfortunately, we only think the ones who we don't like very much are the ones who have this amazing capacity for enlightenment, but actually everybody does. Some people are just going to get there sooner than others. Some people have a little bit better luck with that kind of thing. Some people have a little bit more merit. So we're all moving at our own pace, not a competition. We just move the way we can, the best we can. And we're all equal in this wish to be happy and to be free from suffering. So I think we'll do this meditation this evening for the benefit of all these people of our life, and by extension, all sentient beings. And we can think of all the beings that His Holiness's Long Life Puja and Dharamsali, many, many people from our organization are there. So remembering there is no negativity that cannot be purified. And this purification process is basically a psychological one. So we create negativity with our mind so we can equally change it by creating positivity with our mind instead. So we're applying the 4 opponent powers as we purify. So we start with the power of regret. So sincerely regret from the depths of your heart anything you have done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, and in all past lives. And you can think of specific actions of both your body and your speech, and then in general, regret all. And the reason to regret is based on this logic of karma. And we experience everything due to our past karma, our past actions. And having harmed others, we ourselves will necessarily experience suffering in the future. So we don't want that. So we think like this: I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, having broken my vows, because I do not want the future suffering. I'm sick of suffering. And we also regret any anger and attachment and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others, our delusions. And think again, I'm sick of this suffering. And then think, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to the power of reliance. So we turn to the Buddha, the doctor, who has the methods that we can use to purify. And it's not that we need the Buddha to forgive us. We're purifying ourselves by relying upon his methods. So you can just imagine Vajrasattva here above the crown of your head. So, I mean, he's a very beautiful tanka, this one, but it does look a little bit two-dimensional. So you just imagine something looking a little bit like that above, this holy being, a little bit looking like that above the crown of your head. Just kind of, all the robes billowing in the wind, but made of light, not made of paint. And it's just this light body above the crown of your head. And you can also imagine this is the mind of your teacher manifesting in this form for your benefit. And he's made of this beautiful, radiant, blissful white light, sitting cross-legged on a white lotus and a moon cushion. And he's this beautiful, radiant face. His eyes are long and peaceful and full of love and compassion for you and all those people of your life. He has a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom, and the right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And their being crossed represents a union of these two, which symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings, the very beings we have harmed and those who have harmed us, by developing compassion for them. So think particularly of someone you've harmed recently, maybe someone you harmed in the past, and then also someone who's harmed you. And for them have, just develop this extra sense of a wish for them to be free from suffering, because the harm they've caused you is going to manifest as suffering for them in the future. So make a strong aspiration to do this practice of purification for the sake of all these beings and think, I must purify for their sake. So the power of the remedy, and this is the medicine, doing the practice of purification. And so we start with the body, and Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar, like coming out of a hose, quite forcefully from his heart. And it arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of your body or your lower orifices all the harm you have ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid, which pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left, as we recite the mantra. Vajrasappa samaya manupalaya Vajrasappa dina patita Dida meboa Sutukaya meboa Sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa Sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ha ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hom pe Vajrasappa samaya manupalaya Vajrasappa dina patita Dida meboa Sutokaya meboa Sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa Sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ha ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hom pe Vajrasappa samaya manupalaya Vajrasappa dina patita Dida meboa Sutokaya meboa Sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa Sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ha ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hom pe Vajrasappa samaya manupalaya Vajrasappa dina patita Dida meboa Sitokaya meboa Sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa Sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hom pe Vajrasappa samaya manupalaya Vajrasappa dina patita Dida meboa Sitokaya meboa Sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa Sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hom pe Vajrasappa samaya manupalaya Vajrasappa dina patita Dida meboa Sitokaya meboa Sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa Sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hom pe Vajrasappa samaya manupalaya Vajrasappa dina patita Dida meboa Sitokaya meboa Sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa Sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hom pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified, and think there's no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. And so next is a purification of speech. And again, Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and forcefully enters your crown, filling your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech, which overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So it's just imagine that all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech and the inappropriate speech and the lying and talking badly about others behind their backs, all of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as you recite the mantra. Om Vajrasappa samaya manupalaya Vajrasappa dina patita Dida meboa Sutokaya meboa Sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa Sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hom pe Vajrasappa samaya manupalaya Vajrasappa dina patita Dida meboa Sutokaya meboa Sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa Sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramame mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hom pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Mebawal Sitokaya Mebawal Sipokaya Mebawal Anurakta Mebawal Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra Ahumpe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Mebawal Sitokaya Mebawal Sipokaya Mebawal Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra Ahumpe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra Ahumpe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra Ahumpe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra Ahumpe. Again, feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified, and imagine it's not possible to do anything but benefit others now with your speech. So the moment they hear your voice, it benefits their mind, it benefits your mind. The moment they hear helpful words of wisdom, it benefits them, inspires them, subdues them, whatever is needed. So next is the purification of the mind, and Vajrasattva now very compassionately sends powerful beams of light from his heart chakra, which arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So it's just the same as when you walk into a pitch black room, you switch on the light instantly dispels the darkness. So it's the same here. The moment the light from Vajrasattva's heart touches your heart chakra, all the darkness of the negativity of your mind, so all the attachment and neediness and anger and bitterness and violence and depression and resentment and jealousy and grudges, all instantly dispelled, not one atom left as we recite the mantra. Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahumpe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahumpe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra Ahumpe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra Ahumpe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra Ahumpe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta mebo sawa siddhi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya satra a hom pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita. Dira meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa anurakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya satra ah hum te. So again, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of all of our own suffering and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are completely purified. And think there's no space in your heart now for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. So next is the purification of the imprints of negativity of the body, speech, and mind. And just imagine Vajrasattva sends light and nectar again, and it fills you completely and eradicates even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from your mind as we recite the mantra. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya Vajrasapa dina patita dina meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa anurakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hom pe Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya Vajrasapa dina patita dina meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hom pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya Vajrasapa dina patita dida meboa sitokaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawatata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya satra a hom pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya Vajrasapa dina patita dida meboa sitokaya meboa sipokaya meboa anurakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawatata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya satra a hom pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya Vajrasapa dina patita dida meboa sitokaya meboa sipokaya meboa anurakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawatata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya satra a hom pe Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya Vajrasapa dina patita dida meboa sitokaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anurakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawatata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya satra a hum pe. So feel completely purified. There's not one atom of negativity in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to your enlightenment have been removed. So we have a little bit of time, so I'd like to do a little bit of meditation on this, maybe a couple of minutes, the power of resolve. So this is really the point in the practice where we make a decision to refrain from harming with our body and our speech and our mind. So think about the ways that you could do that and the habits that you have that might be harmful, maybe with your speech. And set yourself a timeline, a reasonable amount of time to perhaps work on this thing every day or over the next 24 hours until tomorrow. Oh, imagine Vajrasattva is delighted with us and wanting to merge with your mind melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown. And you can think my guru's body, speech, and mind, and Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind are the same thing. So next, just a wee bit on emptiness. In emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. So at whatever level your mind understands emptiness, place it there for a little while. You can think of all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. You can also think that the way things appear to me may not necessarily be the way they actually exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy you've created doing this purification to all living beings, and think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. And for His Holiness, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And for Lama Zopa Rinpoche's swift return, the lamp of the Gaiden teachings, the supreme refuge, Lama Zopa, has departed in order to rouse the Dharma disciples who cling to permanence. Supreme Being, you took upon yourself the Kadam teacher's way of life and were bound to it day and night. Greatly benefiting the teachings and transmigratory beings, great master of the teachings, supreme guide for East and West, hidden yogi, Lama Thupten Zopa. Unrivaled Lama Zopa, you took His Holiness, the Sovereign Lord of the Victorious Ones, as your crown and followed all his instructions. Benefactor Lama Zopa, for the many public and personal needs of Tibetans and others, you opened the vase of resources and cleared away the suffering of hardship. One of great mind, Lama Zopa, you held helpless and voiceless animals with a mind of loving kindness and were their holy savior and protector. Siddha Lama Zopa, Lord of the ocean of mandalas, with the wings of emptiness and compassion, you crossed the waters of the generation and completion stages. Lama Thupten Zopa, great hidden yogi, ornament of the activities of the Gaiden teachings, in truth a great son of the victorious ones. Having thought of me and other transmigratory beings of this degenerate age, from your seat of lotus and sun at the heart of Sangwa Yeshi, may the jewel that fulfills all wishes, emanating again with the brilliance of 10,000 suns, smile swiftly and without obstacles to our eyes, filled with tears of faith. And for Lama Ursel, Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers and far-off places, especially the West, mindful of a loving concern for us and intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request, O Lama, please live long. And for Geshe Sher, beloved teacher leading your students toward wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path, you are the unequal guide. Please live a long and stable life. Okay, everybody. Thank you so very much. Lots of love, sweet dreams. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow and join His Holiness if you wish. Otherwise, go to bed.
Thank you, Venerable.
See you next time. Thanks, everybody. Bye.